Shooting on Ethiopia Eritrea border. This is what is being claimed. Since last night, reports have been shared, claims have been made about firing on the border in a border areas. What happened? All that in this video. Uh, Before that, a look at a news story very quickly. An Ethiopian airline plane landed at Mekelle airport yesterday on Wednesday, and during landing, it slid off the runway. So the landing was not smooth, but the passengers remained safe, reportedly, and some members of the crew were taken to a hospital. Authorities say it happened because of the slippery runway. Others are saying that the plane might have had developed some technical fault. Planes do land during rainy season, during rains, but definitely something happened which should be investigated. Overall, nothing significant about it because the passengers remained safe and crew members did not suffer any major injuries to report it. Now back to main news story, viewers. Last night, some sources reported that Eritrea had fired at Ethiopian territory. Ziha, Bisha, others. I don't want to name. There were several. They claimed as if war had begun, as if Eritrea had invaded Ethiopia. By the way, we must be very careful. When we talk about the actual start of war, we need to verify after, before making the video, because millions of people watch us. And sometimes they rely on our reports. Some have just packed up everything. They're going to leave. If today I report that war has started, I know people will flee. Some stay in touch with me. At least those who watch me, those who are in touch with me, they'll flee their homes if they're in Tigray and war breaks out in Tigray. So we need to be very careful. We are covering what is happening related to the bilateral tensions. But when it comes to reporting that war has begun, we must be very careful. What Zihab Shah and others reported was that Eritrea opened fire at Bure. Bure, is a town on Ethiopia-Eritrea border, situated around 80 kilometers away from Assab. It is under Ethiopian control. I think during 1998 war, Ethiopia seized control of Bure. Bure has been a disputed territory in the past, but I think Eritrea Ethiopia Boundary Commission gave Bure to Ethiopia. Afar regional police firstly has dismissed rumors about the shooting incident on the border. Nothing happened there, according to Afar regional police. No confirmation. What about independent sources? Because we cannot trust these government sources. Government people, do they speak the truth? They cover up the truth in most cases. They will say what they'll be told to say. So you cannot totally trust them. But we are sharing with them what they are saying, that nothing happened on the border. I contacted a few people there. They say that sounds of gunshots have been heard. That's what I learned. The sounds of gunshots are the sounds linked to Eritrean invasion of Ethiopia or attack by Eritrea on Ethiopian territory. Well, no, because no large scale Eritrean military mobilization towards Bure has been noticed. No large scale firing of heavy weapons has been noticed. The sounds of gunshots cannot be considered as start of war, and no confirmation that shots were fired from Eritrean territory. No confirmation. If sounds of gunshots have been heard, there could be multiple reasons. Maybe military maneuvers are being conducted on Ethiopian or Eritrean side of the border. Militaries are training, or some groups are being trained. When groups are trained, definitely they fire to improve their skills. Either it could be part of military training, military maneuvers, or some isolated incident not related to Eritrea Ethiopia tensions happened. Afars keep themselves armed mostly. Afar locals are armed to they protect themselves, and this is part of their culture that they carry arms. So, the second possibility could be that people in a far Ethiopian side they fired not on Eritrean side. Maybe it was due to some internal issue in Ethiopia. Third possibility is also very important, and that could be attempt by some Ethiopian opposition fighters to enter Eritrea or vice versa. Eritrean opposition fighters, uh, Eritrean opposition fighters in Ethiopia could try to enter Eritrea. And Ethiopian opposition fighters being trained in Eritrea could also try to enter Ethiopia. And that will happen through this Afar war. Eritrea is training. Ibrahim Usman led Afar opposition group. Ethiopia is training Red Sea Afar Democratic Organization, Eritrean Afar National Congress, Eritrean Blue Revolution Front. Rasado met in Samra 3 to 4 days. I did a video on that. These groups will definitely try to cross the border. Either one of these groups tried to cross the border and then security forces opened fire at them. So we are not just dismissing this incident as if it did not happen, but the incident does not show that Eritrea has invaded Ethiopia. It does not show that war has begun. It could be an isolated incident. We need to conduct more investigation into the matter. And YouTubers who are spreading the news, they should be careful. Again, I would say they should be careful. Lives of people are tied to social media now because people know that state media, government-backed media sources, they cover up the truth. They don't to keep the people informed. Rather, they just share government propaganda. People rely on the reports of private YouTube channels who should be careful in their reporting. Thanks for watching.